What's up, Cameron?
Not much. How's it going?
Where are we?
We are in Cincinnati,
Oh,
Ohio.
that's cool. All right, so this little impromptu traveling Transformer episode with my good friend Cameron. How we doing, Cameron?
Really good. I'm glad you're visiting. We got to play some games, got to do some block, which was an interesting learning experience.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk about it, but I want to just pitch Cameron a little bit here, right? So like, he took me out to dinner on Monday night. Yeah, nice guy, right? We had Cincinnati chili. Never heard of it.
The worst regional food in America.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. But yeah, it was been a fun week. I happened to be here for the week, and Cameron lives here, which I've known since I met Cameron almost a year ago at this point, probably.
Makes it super convenient to go out to Origins and Gen Con.
Right. So, like, you came up to Philly for Energon, and we actually shared a room together, so he got to somewhat share the victory with me, but he was very sick on the weekend.
Yeah, not great. Not great.
But I got to come out, spend some time, meet his local group, which was a lot of fun. Thanks to you guys. You guys were all really awesome. And it was fun. Now, like you said, we played some block, which I asked you to do because I didn't bring any cards with me because I suck. So it's like, Cameron's like, hey, we have this thing on Wednesday night. You should come. All right, let's go. Let's come. I don't have any cards to play, but I have the Top Deck event coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Where we're playing block, and I was like, hey, would you mind build this block deck? So we played Soundwave.
Yes.
Nightbird.
Yep.
And the other Decepticons, Buzzsaw, Ravage.
Yep.
And then you played
General Optimus and the Off-Road Patrol, the Lord, and then the 2 5-stars. I'll admit I don't remember. High Jump and Mudslinger, I think? Yeah.
Yes.
Which was interesting. Yeah, we were talking about what we would play, and like we went through a couple ideas, and I think these were two of the ones that we weren't sure how well they'd be, so like different. We wanted to play.
Yeah, Shockwave's good.
Yeah, Shockwave's gonna be good. Jetfire's probably gonna be good.
Jetfire's good.
Being access to the only treasure hunt ability in the block is probably pretty good. So yeah, we wanted to try some weirder stuff, and I'm glad we did because the block format I think is a way to see, like Soundwave for example is just a character that I haven't considered since I opened up the Soundwave vs Blaster pack. This is the Soundwave vs Blaster Soundwave, not Siege Soundwave.
Yeah, I can't remember the difference in names, right?
Yeah.
Deploy characters. So
it was a lot of fun, and I think we learned some of the strengths and like the cards that weren't seeing a ton of play before.
Right.
Some stuff's gonna see a lot of play.
I mean, it was like this this limited format basically with perfect hands in a way. So it's like, oh, I take the best card and limit it. And I play 3 of it, right?
Yeah.
That's what you should do. And, I played the blue-black list. You played the orange-black list. You'll be able to see a video of it on Arbitrary Hero's YouTube channel.
Yeah, probably next week.
Which will be cool. So
I guess next week as of this recording. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
It may already be.
When it comes out, it comes out.
Time's weird.
It'll be in the description when we get there. So, it was interesting because, like, I felt as myself, as the blue player, the blues, like, it's not that they didn't matter, but they didn't feel strong.
Yeah, like, and the way my deck was set up, I was regularly swinging, like, Pierce for all of my attack but 1 or but 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the blue flips on defense didn't seem to matter
quite
as
so it was
much.
like, you were averaging, like, Pierce 3.
Yeah.
Like, I'd say you were probably a Pierce 3 in that.
And I'd swing for maybe 5 without.
Yeah, and then there were like, if you played an action or something like that, you were probably getting a 4 or 5.
Yep.
And then if you had the upgrades, which like in the games that we played, I felt like you just didn't have them.
Yeah.
And that probably had something to do with the Soundwave ability and stuff like that. But the difference is like what I like about the format is that it seems vastly different than what we're used to playing. I mean, we don't have any doubles.
Yeah.
Our doubles are double blacks.
Yep.
So there's no double oranges, no double blues. Your green commodity like isn't that great. You were playing reactive armor.
Yeah, which I think I'd pull now that we've played it. I think reactive armor just isn't.
Yeah.
Run reprocess instead.
Yeah, and I think like the bigger thing is that like even a lot of the armors that I was playing, like it didn't even feel good against them.
Yeah, because like you played Terrifying Resilience.
Yeah, and it's like
oh, I get to flip 6. That's 4 blues. Oh, Pierce 4. Okay. Never mind.
Right. So it's like it might not even have mattered.
Yeah.
Now I also had point defense systems, which I think I only played it in one of the games, and I don't know if it ever even mattered. but something like that, I could see you wanting
Yeah.
to get rid of. But I think it's not worth playing that armor for.
Yep.
At least the first few, I would say. I'm trying to think of some of the other cards that were I thought Sound Blaster was really good.
Yeah, being able to, especially just the deck I was playing without, I wasn't running pocket processors, which I think is strong in the block.
Yeah,
But because I
Pocket Processor
wasn't,
was good.
but because I wasn't running it, Sound Blaster being able to strip 2, maybe 3 cards out of my hand if you get the
Only 2.
If you
Oh
get
yeah,
the,
with recover, yeah.
if you recover a cassette and redeploy,
Yeah.
being able to strip those cards out of my hand is very strong.
Yeah.
And you put them on top, but you don't really care because the
Yeah.
Soundwave I think was very strong.
Yeah, I think the deck was a ton synergistic. And Recover Cassette was from the time it printed it, I remember that card was awesome, but it's
Yeah.
your guys will never live.
Yeah, now that
In this format,
grenade launcher doesn't exist, the guys live
yeah,
longer.
in this format, the chances of your guy taking 9 and being KO'd isn't very high.
Yeah.
So if you have the Recover Cassette, which I'm pretty sure the one game I did, I'm oh, Recover Cassette?
Yeah.
Now what I will say is that it was a little bit awkward, and it might also have been some inexperience on my end, that the timing of it.
Yeah, I think game 1 you went first, and you were able to work out the timing pretty well.
Yeah.
But then game 2 when you had to go second, I think I was able to get you in a position where you
Yeah.
weren't able to.
Well, it was weird because the Recover Cassette put me in a weird spot where I'm I don't know if this is correct. I wanted to flip the bot. I think this might have been where I went wrong. Is I Recover Cassette and I remember I flipped the bot to move the weapon, and I'm all right, I want to do that so I don't lose the weapon. So then it comes maybe I shouldn't even have put the weapon there. It's weird. So I think there's some timing issues that you'd have to work on and play through the deck. But as a whole, the deck felt very, very synergistic, and I actually had a lot of fun playing it.
Yeah.
So it was definitely different. I had never played with Sound Blast before, or Bustle, or Ravage. So.
Yeah, and it was new for me. I'll admit I haven't paid attention to the off-road patrol. I played Airstrike because I just love those guys. And then I played a little bit of Battle Patrol.
Yeah.
But off-road patrol, it felt different. I think just with the layout I had at the time, maybe a little too heavy on the black pips.
Yeah.
But it was neat with them and General Optimus just having built-in Bold 2 for the first 4 or 5 turns of the game before someone died. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, these were alpha decks at this point. In this format, we haven't had a full chance to explore everything. So it was hey, like you said, let's just take 2 of the weird decks and just build them and see what happens.
Yeah.
So I think I only played 3 or 4 games with the deck, and I still got some good information about the format, which is fun.
There are some interesting quirks, I think, because it's still block constructed. I was thinking about this earlier. Lord Megatron was pretty strong and limited, but that was mostly a result, I think, not of the card draw or bold that was in the game or tough, but just the deck size. Whereas I'm not I'd be curious to see after the tournament if he makes a strong showing in constructed.
I don't know that you can play to his ability well.
Yeah.
So I think that would be the issue.
Yeah, because your opponent's not running supercharges or
yeah,
things like that.
well, it's not that. It's they're probably not running this whole bunch of tough.
Yeah.
So they're not flipping a lot of ways that way. Heated Battle's probably one of the only way to make your opponent flip. You don't have system reboots, you don't have Testify.
Yeah, I don't imagine them playing Hidden Fortification just because the blues might not.
You probably won't play that card.
Yeah.
So I think that would be the harder part. Where and the other thing we have to remember is that in Limited, he's a 12-star ridiculous dude with this ridiculous ability with 25 cards, and your opponent doesn't have.
They're not
necessarily good characters, So there's a lot of things that factor into that. But I don't know. Off the top of your head, can you think of any things you would look out for? Now that you had played some games, maybe what characters you would attack with, or try and mess around with.
I think the one that I'd be curious about. I don't know that it'll be strong, but I am very curious about what the Micromaster Card Patrol might do, or just healing in general.
Sports Patrol.
If and what it appears to me is, the attack values are lower. We do have more Pierce, but maybe with lower attack values, that opens up an environment where healing can matter a lot more than it has historically.
Yeah, and I feel with the healing, just going off that is the Detritus.
Yep.
I think Detritus is a pretty cool card for the format. I don't know if it's good enough. but it's definitely a pretty cool card for the field. It's one of the ones that like I would like to explore in the coming weeks.
Yeah, I think locally we're convincing our locals to try and do a block event also, not a tournament, but just casually.
Yeah, I mean it's,
and I think that's the first thing I'll try and build for
right.
that is see how that works.
And it's also good for getting players into the game.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, we were here tonight and, you know, there was a guy talking to us all night. There was a couple
like
guys.
Two of them, yeah.
A couple guys talking to us all night, just kind of learning the game. And, like, it's a lot easier to go, hey, we're just going to have these 2 sets rather than, hey, here's security checkpoints and here's 2 stitch changes and, like, all these cards are expensive. So it's very interesting if you put it in that spectrum. And, you know, really the battle cards, most of the battle cards from Seas 1 and 2 aren't even that expensive. So it's definitely a good way to try and build a community that way. So I don't think that's a bad idea. Yeah. So, thank you for playing Block with me.
Oh, of course.
Right?
It was wonderful.
But it wouldn't be right if I didn't ask you what some of your favorite cards are from Titan Master's Attack. Okay. But first, what's your thoughts on Perceptor?
Perceptor is really awesome. I'm like, me not being a Magic person, I wasn't aware of that effect being like in a card game. Right. I knew cut the pie and choose from the Cold War. Like that was how we went through nuclear disarmament. Okay. So when I saw your card, I was like, oh my god. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So it's Perceptor seems really awesome. I'm the card that I'm most excited for. It changes every couple weeks because of what the reveals.
There's new cards. Yeah.
Perceptor's one of them. Sky Shadow's another one because I think it's like, they're just bumping up the power level of combiners.
I hope so.
And maybe
I'm a combiner fan.
Yeah. So like he's someone I'm going to build a deck out of. As of this recording today, Fangry was just revealed, and like that body seems pretty exciting. Yeah. And I love his art. So that one I'm looking forward to. It's weird because like when Siege 1 and 2 came out, we had these big characters like Shockwave, Jetfire, Galaxy Prime, Lord, Megatron. And in Titan Master's Attack, I'm much more excited about the mid-range characters, kind of. Maybe they are not the focus of my deck, but I'm excited to build with them, with other guys and stuff.
Yeah, I can agree. I think it's pretty exciting. I think it's definitely changing. To me, like it feels like Rise of the Combiners all over again. Just like in this different feeling of approaching it. You know, before you're like, I'm gonna get these 5 little bots, and I'm gonna make this really awesome big bot. Now it's like, I have these like 2 bots that are combined already, and this like they all kind of do something pretty cool, and then like when
you can mix and match and customize.
Right, and completely customizable. I think it's like playing the lottery almost. It's just like the numbers that you can actually.
Someone was doing the permutations on the heads that were revealed so far, and it's like it's insane. I mean, obviously not all of them are going to be equal in terms of effectiveness, but the options out there are crazy. And I think I was talking with Drew Nolosco not too long ago, and he was even saying like I think they learned some lessons from Rise of the Combiners and how like it came out strong, but then with other waves, Combiners kind of fell off. Yeah. And I don't see Titan Masters doing the same thing. Yeah,
I think you can see once again just with the Combiners about how they've changed that over time. Now we don't have enigmas anymore. We just have these alternate combined ways. And in this again, you said the Sky Shadow guy, like he's really cool. Like the way he flips is really cool. I definitely dig it. I like that idea a lot. And then Tidal Wave also, right? So Tidal Wave is also kind of pretty cool.
I forgot about Tidal Wave. Yeah, Tidal Wave's sweet too.
So like they're like both of the combiners, like they're pretty cool. I mean, like I'm a big fan of Mega Supreme. I think he's not good enough, but like he's definitely something to look at.
Yeah. Especially in the block format.
Yeah, I thought about him a little bit too. It's still tough because like you have to get him the mill and I don't know. But we'll see. But yeah, I think there's a lot of really cool stuff with Titans, and I'm definitely excited to play Perceptor.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. For you, like, are you allowed to say you have another favorite card, or are you contractually obligated that it has to be Perceptor?
I'm not contractually obligated at all, but that's gonna be the answer. If I had another one,
a second favorite,
If I had a second, like we're gonna go with characters, I'm gonna say Bludgeon. I actually really like Bludgeon a lot. That effect it's really good, and it's even good just for like the melee cards. Like Energon Slingshot is now +2,
Yeah.
+3 technically.
Yeah, I think he finally is a melee card that I care about the fact that he's melee.
Yeah, and like the cool thing is he's only 11 stars, and I mean with his stratagem, which I also think is pretty strong as well. Even at 12 stars, like that, he's a pretty interesting character.
You could still try and build a 3 or 4 wide tanks with him. Like,
right, and your other tanks can be ranged, so you can still get javelins and hovercrafts and like just universal, like all the direct damage is honestly really cool. It'll be interesting to see how much he sees play. I actually like that guy a lot.
Yeah.
So, other than that, I don't know. I like the Dinobot head because it makes everything a Dinobot, and that's cool.
Yeah, that's true. That's a fun one.
It's cool.
I like in terms of stuff I'm anticipating. I think those one-off heads, the heads without a body, are the ones I'm most excited about because they'll be weird and I like weird stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can see that. I mean, there's going to be a good amount of them, probably like I don't know,
Maybe
5
4 or 5.
six,
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that. So we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. There's a lot of really cool cards this set. And there's actually, I think there's like the Titans themselves are going to create a new way to approach building and even combat and sequence and all these things. So like,
yeah, the
it's going to be very
system
interesting.
is going to be really strange because, like before, if you built a 3-wide aggro deck, you'd be very susceptible to wider aggro setups just because they'd get more attacks than you naturally. But now, like if you build a 3-wide aggro setup and 1 or 2 of your guys are Titan Masters, now you still get 1 more attack.
Or 2 more attacks.
Yeah, or 2 more attacks.
Yeah.
Like that'll play. 1, your guys are bigger.
Yeah.
2, they'll hit more, and 3, like you get that last clap back just to try and close the deal.
And then some of you can get like some really good value on some of the heads, like just like the. We've seen it now. There's a +1 health, a +3 health, and a +5 health.
Yeah.
You can all those, like you can kind of just be like, all right, well, the limit for this being one shot is this.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna play this extra 3 health, and then all right, now I can't be one shotted, so this is good,
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
I don't know. I think there'll be a lot of play there.
Yeah, and then I'm also because of at least in Constructed, we haven't seen a ton of use out of the various different star cards. But I think
these are really cool. I like those too.
The Titan Masters give you opportunity to slide stuff in a little more accurately.
I really enjoy kind of like finally a reason to play star cards. It's like still somewhat awkward, but now you're getting value out of them even more. So I definitely enjoy that.
Yeah, and that's like math that I'm trying to do. I've already built some prospective deck list, nothing definitive because I think we've gotten a quarter or a third of our battle cards.
Yeah, the battle cards are very low, and we've seen like half the characters.
But I'm already trying to decide between do I take the 2-star 2 health guy or the 1-star 2 health guy or the 2-star 3 health guy because that star means I could play a leap of faith or something else.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll see more star cards also potentially. So
yeah.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe the strats will
maybe it'll just be strats. Although I'm not too excited about the retro strats, but the modern strats for Wave 5 characters seem
some of them are very
fun.
Very like I said, like the Bludgeon one specifically. That one's like incredibly interesting.
I like Windsweepers. I like it. I mean, Sky Shadows is one where you're just gonna play it if you're playing Sky Shadow. It factors into his star cost. And then just today, Roadbuster got revealed, and that's an interesting one where it's here's a bet. Here you pay an extra star, but then you're gonna get 2-star battle cards. So.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It should be interesting. Some of them are cool. Some of them are interesting.
Yeah.
The retro ones, I haven't been really too excited about any of them.
It's weird that I'm saying that. God, what's his name? The UFO set the high bar.
Cosmos is real, yo.
Yeah. Cosmos to me, he's the most. I guess him and maybe Cup might be memey and fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun meme card, but Cosmos to me is the high bar of the retro strats, and that seems
tough.
Just a little disappointing.
Yeah.
But I know we talked about this offline.
Yeah.
I'm confident that they're playing it a little close to the chest, and retro strats will only get stronger in the future if they keep doing them.
Yeah, I can kind of hope so. And I understand why, right? It is a character that they had already had defined in their game, so to add too much for too little could be really tough because they do want the new cards to succeed, so they don't want to just like overpower an older card.
Yep.
For me, like I think it's like one of those like if they can fit it into the story type scenario, like all right, this guy was really good in this story that we're releasing. We're not going to release a new card, a new character for it. We're just going to release the stratagem so you can play this character in the way it was meant in this lore.
That would be a cool...
I think if you could get away with doing stuff like that, that would be really cool. And that's kind of what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for hosting this week.
No problem.
It was a lot of fun. You know, like it's... I get to do this every once in a while, and I get to meet up with you guys, and it's really cool to like come out, meet your community, have a good night, have a good dinner, you know, so it was cool.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. I had a great
Thank you for
time.
joining.
Thank you for having this conversation with me, and there we go, guys. Have a good one.
See ya.